Put it down, dear girl. You don't need to carry it all. I mean it. Whatever it is you're holding so tightly right now, whatever you've been gripping with white knuckles, whatever you're convinced will fall apart if you loosen your hold, put it down. Just for a moment. You don't have to carry it all. I know you think you do. I know you've been telling yourself that for years. That if you stop holding everything together, if you take your hands off the wheel even for a second, something terrible will happen. Everything will collapse. People will be disappointed. Things will unravel. And somehow it will all come back to you. So you kept holding. You kept managing. You kept fixing. You kept anticipating. You kept bracing. And little by little, you convinced yourself that it was safer that way. Safer to carry everything. Safer to stay responsible for everything. Safer to stay strong. But listen to me. Put it down, dear girl. You don't have to carry it all. Not right now. Not here. For so long you felt like you did. You believed it was your job to keep everything steady, to make sure everyone was okay, to anticipate the problems before they arrived, to smooth over the tension, to catch what other people dropped, to hold what other people couldn't. And you did. You held it all together. Better than most people ever would. You carried more than anyone realized. Because you never let them see. Never let them see when you're tired. Never let them see when your chest gets tight. Never let them see when you're scared, or hurt, or overwhelmed, or barely keeping it together. You learned to smile through it, to stay composed, to keep moving, to keep producing, to keep supporting, even when you were running on empty, even when the weight was getting heavier, even when the loneliness crept in quietly. Because that's the part people don't talk about, the loneliness, the quiet kind. The kind that sits beside you when you're the strong one, the capable one, the one everyone depends on. People admire that strength. They lean on it. They rely on it. But very few stop to ask what it cost you to carry it. Very few notice the moment when the weight becomes too much. Very few see the moment when you start wondering if anyone will ever take something off your shoulders. So you kept going. You kept carrying. You kept holding it all. But listen to me now. Put it down, dear girl. You don't have to carry it all. Let others support you. Yes, I know that feels unfamiliar, maybe even uncomfortable. Maybe part of you is already arguing with me, saying, no one else will do it right. No one else understands. It's easier if I just handle it. I know that voice. You've been listening to it for a long time. But that voice grew out of survival, not out of truth. Because the truth is, there are people who want to help you. People who would stand beside you if you let them. People who would take some of that weight. People who don't expect you to be unbreakable. They're there if you fall. And even if you don't fall, even if you stay standing, there are still people who want to help you. You don't have to reach the point of collapse before you allow support. You don't have to break down completely before you let someone step in. You are allowed to soften before that moment. You are allowed to rest before the exhaustion becomes unbearable. You are allowed to share the weight. Put it down, dear girl. You don't have to carry it all. You've been strong for a long time. Longer than most people realize. Longer than most people could sustain. But strength was never meant to mean isolation. Strength was never meant to mean silence. Strength was never meant to mean doing everything alone. True strength, real strength, also knows how to receive. It knows how to lean. It knows how to rest. And I know that part is difficult for you, because when you finally stop, when you finally loosen your grip, all the feelings you pushed aside start rising to the surface. The tiredness, the sadness, the fear, the loneliness, the quiet question that sometimes slips into your mind: who holds me? That question is heavier than all the responsibilities. But you don't have to answer it tonight. Not all at once. Right now you can simply begin with this. Put it down. The pressure, the responsibility, the expectation that everything depends on you. Put it down. Your shoulders have been carrying too much for too long. Your mind has been running calculations nonstop. Your heart has been holding more than it should have to hold alone. Put it down, dear girl. You don't have to carry it all. Nothing terrible is going to happen if you take a breath. Nothing is going to collapse because you rested. Nothing is going to fall apart because you allowed someone to stand beside you. You're allowed to soften. You're allowed to lean. You're allowed to be supported. And you don't have to prove you deserve that. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to demonstrate enough exhaustion first. You already deserve it. Just by being human. Just by being here. Just by being you. So for a moment, just this moment, let your shoulders drop. Let your breathing slow. Let your grip loosen. You don't have to carry it all. Not tonight. Not here. Put it down, dear girl. I've got you. You don't have to carry it all anymore. Stay here a minute longer. You don't need to rush back into carrying everything. You don't need to pick it all up again the second this moment ends. Right now, you can just breathe. Slow breath in, slow breath out. Nothing needs your attention immediately. Nothing is collapsing in this moment. The world is still turning, and you're still here. You've been holding so much together for so long that your nervous system forgot what it feels like to rest. Forgot what it feels like to not be responsible for everything. Forgot what it feels like to let someone else stand watch for a while. So just sit here with me. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to explain anything. You don't have to organize your thoughts. You can just exist here for a while. Your shoulders can soften. Your jaw can unclench. Your breathing can slow down. And the weight you've been carrying, it can stay on the ground for a little while longer. You don't need to pick it up yet. Nothing bad is going to happen if you give yourself this time. Nothing terrible is waiting the moment you relax. Your mind might try to convince you otherwise. It might whisper that you should get back up, that you should be productive again, that you should start fixing things again. You don't have to listen to that voice right now. You've listened to it for years. Tonight you can listen to something quieter. Your breath. The space around you. The feeling of your body settling just a little bit deeper. You don't have to carry it all. You never did. You just learned to. And learning something doesn't mean you have to keep doing it forever. You're allowed to learn something new now. You're allowed to learn what support feels like. You're allowed to learn what rest feels like. You're allowed to learn what it feels like to not hold the whole world up by yourself. Put it down, dear girl. Leave it there a little longer. I've got you. Just breathe.